Hello everyone, I am HLD Vikramatne E19435 and this presentation is about my individual research project titled Heat Transfer Analysis in Minichannel Condenser Using Propane. This work was supervised by Professor W.P.D. Fernando, conducted as part of the ME420 module under the Department of Mechanical Engineering, University of Peradeniya. The aim of my research is to determine the accurate heat transfer coefficient of a mini-channel aluminum heat exchanger operating as a condenser. To achieve this, I have set the following objectives. Analyze experimental data to calculate local heat transfer coefficients, apply existing correlations and compare them with experimental results, modify these correlations to improve their accuracy. This research is part of a broader study on refrigerant charge minimization in small capacity heat pumps conducted by Professor Fernando. My focus is on analyzing the heat transfer coefficients more accurately to improve the understanding of propane's performance as a refrigerant in mini-channel condensers. The methodology involves the following steps. Using appropriate software to determine fluid properties for all experiments. Treating each section between two temperature measurements as an individual small heat exchanger. Calculating the local heat transfer coefficient for each section based on experimental data. And applying and comparing existing correlations and modifying them as need for accuracy. During my literature review, I studied a research paper titled A Mini-Channel Aluminum Tube Heat Exchanger Part 3 Condenser Performance with Propane by Professor Fernando. This study provided critical insights into the condensation heat transfer characteristics of propane in mini-channel heat exchangers, forming the foundation for my calculation and analysis. In this video, I present the key point I gained from the research paper and the critical notes I have utilized for the calculation steps. These points formed the foundation for my methodology, including calculations of local heat transfer coefficients, comparison with existing correlations, and their modifications. Please watch the video carefully to understand the essential aspects that drive my analysis. This is a sum of experimental data which I use for my calculations. You can see in this slide we have condenser temperature measurements along it in the water side from bottom to top. Also, you can see a lot of data, and this all data is obtained by Professor Fernando for his research. And now I am going to use special data for my calculations. Moving forward, my focus will be on completing several key tasks. Calculate the average water temperature, determine the mass flow rate of water, finding enthalpy values in the refrigerant, compute the log mean temperature differences, and finally, perform heat transfer coefficient calculations and compare the results with experimental data and existing correlations. The references used for this research include a journal article available on Science Direct and a fluid property calculator from the IRC Wisconsin website. I would like to acknowledge these sources for their valuable contribution to my studies. Thank you for your attention. I hope this presentation provided you with an overview of my research until I done on heat transfer analysis in minichannel condensers.